Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Football Terrace. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a massive favor, smash the like button, hit the share button as well. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you're doing that. And if you always want to receive notifications, you have to hit the bell button next to the subscribe button so that your device sends you a push message, because subscribing does not guarantee you're notified when we go live. The Bruno Fernandes saga has been, for me, one of the most enthralling transfer rumours for the entirety of the summer. It appeared nailed on that he was going to Manchester City 6 or 7 weeks ago. Newspapers in Portugal started those rumours. It then spread across to the United Kingdom, and everybody thought it was a done deal, it was finished, and it was over. Spurs were then getting involved. Man United were very much on the peripheries of it. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, the story breaks about 5 weeks ago, stating that Man United were, at this point, the only real solid interested party. But what Sporting Lisbon had done is use the media to their advantage and sold stories, or sold the ideas, that Man City were close to closing the deal. Spurs were offering big money to force Manchester United's hand. Now, we've known for a while that Bruno Fernandes was interested in a move to Manchester United, but he, like many other people, didn't now he's sort of flagged to the mast, as it were, and he kept his options open. Liverpool have come in with bids, so have Tottenham and Manchester United for Bruno Fernandes. And as we said last week, we were told by numerous reports that Bruno Fernandes has rejected the idea of going to either Liverpool or Tottenham, and both clubs have seemingly pulled out of the race for him. That now just leaves Manchester United. Over the course of the past week or so, United have entered into transfer negotiations and they've put transfer bids in. However, the part of this story that stood out massively to me when reading through, in fairness, dozens and dozens of articles, was the fact that I thought, because the media told us, and again, this appears to be Sporting Lisbon that have leaked this information, that clubs were offering sums in the region of £70+ million, which is in and around the buyout clause. Now, what kind of drew my attention to the fact that this may be false is that Liverpool's bid was for £40 million. Now, they've withdrawn that bid because Bruno Fernandes doesn't want to play for Liverpool. But it got me thinking, hang on, if Liverpool have bid Man United have bid 70 4 or 5 weeks ago, if Spurs have bid 70 odd million, what chance do Liverpool think they have by bidding 40? So now what we're seeing is the media are changing their stance. They're obviously not apologising for getting it wrong, they never would. We were told over the weekend that Man United have submitted a bid for £35 million for Bruno Fernandes. Now, I think they'll pay more than that. I think it'll be closer to the £50 million mark. But as I said, when the Liverpool information was released, that Liverpool had bid 40 million, I said that inadvertently, that could help Manchester United get Bruno Fernandes for a cheaper price. I believe that's why it's slowed everything down. I believe that's why the deal isn't any closer to being done yet, because Sporting want as close to the buyout clause as possible. Man United have managed to get the situation to a point, definitely via intermediaries. They've got the deal to a stage where the player wants to join, the player wants to leave, and all other clubs have walked away because Man United is his preferred destination. It gives Ed Woodward, and Solskjaer is obviously the manager that would get the player, such a great vantage point in the negotiations. Now, as I say, £35 million for me is a bit cheap. I think it will be higher, but over the course of the next coming weeks, I think the deal is going to be announced. The media are telling us that the deal is almost done. That's why we put the question mark on the title. I don't think it's close to being confirmed yet. I believe it will probably happen once Man United, in a week's time, fly off to go on tour. Although I do think another signing will happen this week. I'm just not sure if it's the Bruno Fernandes situation, because the clubs are still miles apart in terms of agreeing a fee. But it does appear positive regarding the Bruno Fernandes thing. Not only that Man United are leading the race, not only that he's odds on to join us, but equally everybody else has pulled out. And we might end up getting him for 20 or 30 million pounds cheaper than we were originally told. And when you think about the Ben Yedder deal that's in negotiations at the moment. That's another £35 million player who is an improvement on Lukaku. You could suddenly get Ben Yedder and Bruno Fernandes for around 70 million, 80 million for the pair. And that transfer is pretty much covered by the £75 million we're going to get for Lukaku. I don't like saying it because I'm so harsh on them. But that would be brilliant work from a financial and commercial standpoint from Woodward and Co. And I'll always give credit where credit is due. But that's the basic overall of this story from start to finish, kind of, sort of put into a nutshell, as it were. But I want your viewpoints and your opinions on this. Are you surprised that the deal for Bruno Fernandes is now quoted being a lot cheaper than we originally said? Or do you think, is this just the media guessing again completely? Or are we now just seeing that Sporting Lisbon, and this is the thing where I defend the media on this, and you've got to be fair where you can. If Sporting Lisbon have told the Portuguese press that City have bid 70, United are bidding 70, it's not the media's fault, is it? If they're being lied to and now the real information has come out. But it's an interesting one for me. A comment there, I'm going to do some of your live comments in a second. It says, Bruno is dirt. Come on. Don't be salty that Man United are winning the race. Man United might not sign him still, by the way. Transfer negotiations could fall down. Somebody else could step in. Who knows? I mean, Juve are signing everybody. They might come in for him in a moment, but there we go. Why is he reporting our next target? I would thought Ndombele and a centre-back and a winger. Well, it may not necessarily be the next on the list. I don't suppose they might prioritise it, that we want to do these positions in this order, but life don't work like that. We all have priorities at work, but your priorities can change day to day depending on the scenarios of other people. Bring in a right winger, Lozano, the right winger Lozano from PSG. Yeah, I'd like him to come in. There we go. I really would like that. Do me a massive favour if you're just tuning into this stream now live. Please hit that like button and please hit the share button as well. It's the best way that you can support us here at the Football Terrace. And might have another video tonight, if not first thing in the morning, from Adam Charles as well for you all. Lots of people here saying Liverpool never wanted him. You submitted a bid. You submitted a bid for him of £40 million. He said no to you. Take it. Take it on the chin. The same as Man United have to take it on the chin that Mane turned us down for you. I don't really get why people have to, well, we didn't go in from anyway. You did. Don't act like, like someone who gets dumped by a girl, but they go around telling all their friends that it was mutual, or actually they ended it when they didn't. There is no need for that. And Liverpool got a great squad. For me, I'm marking you at this point of before pre-season. I think you're going to win the league next year. You're European champions. The sky's the limit. But Liverpool did go in for him. The same as Liverpool went in for De Ligt and they haven't got him. But by the way, neither of Barca, neither of PSG, neither of Man United. Most teams get rejected in the majority of summers in transfer negotiations. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. It happens. It happens. It's part and parcel of the business of football, especially the transfer side. I don't understand why people take it as such an offence. I don't get it. Like, De Ligt has rejected the opportunity to come to Man United. Cool. No bitterness. No worries there. There we go. If you are just new tuning in, media speculations are now telling us that the deal for Bruno Fernandes is almost complete, that it's going to be confirmed soon, that the player has agreed personal terms. My personal opinion is I think the clubs are still too wide apart in relation to the transfer fee. But Man United are in the driving seat because every other club that wanted him, Liverpool and Tottenham mainly, have pulled out of the race because the player has set his heart on joining Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's revolution at Manchester United. But I want your viewpoints, your opinions. It's quoted now £40 million United might get him for. Is that too cheap? Is that great business? It certainly would release pressure. It would certainly release pressure. There's no doubt about that in my mind at all if he comes in for a cheaper price. I really hope this deal gets over the line, is what Damien says. Yeah, me too, mate. The creativity, the goals, it could be special. It could be really special. When you couple that in with Dan James, Of course, the great signing of AWB. Happy. Real happy with that. A few people here saying the price is too low. Probably, yeah, too low from the perspective of Sporting Lisbon. But if United can save 20, 30 million, that's amazing. Ben Yedder looking like he's coming in for 35 mil. That will save cash. And then you've got the opportunity to go out there. You've got to get a centre back. That's the one thing United have got to do. They maybe save some money. Hopefully allow Maguire. Could also go look at a cheeky little bid for Toby at 25 million. We could bring some real good players in who would improve our squad, give us better strength in depth, and we could do it not quite on a shoestring because you're still talking multiple tens of millions of pounds. But you're saving along the way. You're paying a lot less than everybody expects. He'll be signing for Liverpool in the next couple of days, apparently. Connor, do you know what? If that happens, then fair play. The media have got it wrong, and Liverpool will be congratulated, and you will not see my opinion on him change. Equally, all the Liverpool fans here saying, we're not in for him, we didn't want him, we didn't want him, we didn't want him. If they end up signing him, how crazy. And that's why when you like share opinions and you talk about football and you debate it, and you do it purely with sort of rose-tinted glasses, looking at it from a hardcore fan perspective, you can end up tying yourself in knots when you're better off just being open and honest. I want Bruno Fernandes at Man United. If he signs for Liverpool, I'll congratulate Liverpool for signing an excellent player. I'll be upset that United lost out, United were rejected, United couldn't get the deal over the line, and you have to take it on the chin, like an adult. It's what you have to do. I don't understand why people struggle with that concept so much. Terry, what's more important to you for the next season? Catching City or qualifying for Europe? See, I think those targets they're byproducts. And they will happen as prerequisites if we aim for what our ultimate goal should be. And there should be an element of, there should be multiple goals within this, not just one, but the vision should be to go back to being one of the best footballing clubs in the world in terms of how we play, the entertainment factor, the creativity, the great defensive units, and equally to go back to being Premier League and European champions. That has to be the goal. We want to be one of the best footballing teams and we want to win major trophies. If that's your aim and you are progressively, your trajectory is up and you're moving in a progressive direction every single year, as a prerequisite of this, you catch Manchester City and you qualify for Europe. So the target shouldn't be to catch City or to be like City or to qualify for Europe on its own. That's too small time. And I think you're limiting yourself. You need to be bigger, bolder, and you have to look at the huge picture. Terry, the most important thing to me is to play attractive football, and then we can build on it for the next few seasons. Yes, I want attractive football, but not at the behest of victory. Equally, I don't want boring football, but I would take boring football and winning lots and being one of the best teams in the world, i.e. by winning and winning major trophies. I'd rather win more and play less attractively than play attractive football and not win. I want to play attractive football and I want to win, and you have to get the balance right. That's what you've got to aim for. And that's what I'm talking about by being big and bold. I don't want to be one of these fans that says, I'm just happy as long as the football's entertaining. Because I can assure you, you won't be. You won't just be happy with brilliant football and not winning. Unless you are moving in a forward trajectory. And you've got to get the context right around what you say on that. Comment here from Alex George, who says, attractive football is overrated. As long as you are winning, who cares how you play? To an extent, I think there needs to be an air of entertainment within the game, but I wouldn't sacrifice victory for the attraction. Style over substance is never a good look for anything at any time. You know, substance over style should come first, but what you want is substance and style. That's what United, a club of our size, stature, and history, must aim for. Forget everybody else. Forget what rivals are doing. Forget all of that. Focus upon yourself. Let's do a few more of your live comments here. Tottenham are always looking for a bargain. If they sell Eriksen, then Levy could go crazy with a £5 million replacement. Well, if he's good enough, it doesn't matter how much he costs, I suppose. This is from Andre, who says, do you think we can compete with City and Paul if we get Koulibaly, Fernandes, Longstaff and Ben Yedder? Not straight away, no. I don't believe United will be able to catch those two teams and be title challengers within a year. I don't believe it. I think it will take 2 to 3. Will we be able to beat them in individual games? Absolutely. We come close. Look what we did against Liverpool at home last season. The 0-0 draw with all the injuries and Rashford playing on one leg as an example. We came close at times. We beat other big teams. So I think improvements in pre-season, high levels of fitness, we can beat them on our day. To catch them and surpass them, not that that's the overall target, by the way. The target is to win the league. That's a couple of years away. And I think United fans have got to temper themselves to that, but expect and demand improvements. Austin said it's going to take at least 2 progressive years to be challenging for the league. I agree, at least. I agree with that completely. Marcus, evening to you too, sir. Bryant here. Hello, Bryant, mate. Long time no speak. He says, Rashford signs, Wan-Bissaka signs, Daniel James is in. Time for United fans to try and be positive moving forward. Yeah, look, I'm so happy. Genuinely so happy that Marcus Rashford has signed a new deal, that he has cemented himself at the football club. £150,000 per week, big add-ons, huge incentives that could raise it up to like £350,000 a week. But he has to be scoring. United have to be winning. He has to be assisting. He has to be making appearances for like 90-minute appearances. That's all amazing. And again, like I've said, I truly believe in Rashford. I don't really care for the hate he gets. The hate he gets is ridiculous. The opinions people have on him, the Trashford stuff, it's literally the words of weak men. Weak men. So that doesn't bother me, not with this alpha still. He's going to have a really good season. I know he's going to score over 25 goals next year. I know he is. Injury pending, by the way. If he misses half the season with a really bad injury, you can't throw that at, man. But he will score over 25 goals. Yeah, happy. I'm not even a worry about it. And then when he does that, do you know that he was the highest scoring 21-year-old and under in the Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A, which are considered 3 of the 4 most difficult leagues in Europe, right? The highest scorer. And he was playing in a team for the first half of the season that was dead. And towards the end of the season was dead. He did that predominantly in a 3-month period. So he has the ability. And anybody that denies that is either Anglophobic, hates Man United, hates the English Man United players, and a lot of people do, or maybe has a little bit of other kind of bigotry within them because they're just not seeing what the rest of the world can see. And yeah, I've got a lot of time and faith. Happy, very, very happy that he signed a new deal, and can't wait to Rashford to go out there and do what he does best. Comment here says, Rashford is the best youngster we've had since the class of 92. I would probably say Pogba is better. Pogba comes from the Man United Academy as well. Let us not forget that. But if you just remove Pogba for a moment because he did leave and come back, yeah, you're right, he is. A lot of people turned on Rashi towards the end of the season. He became the new scapegoat. They want to go after him. But the most important thing is that the manager has his back. The club has his back. Really good. And do you know what I really love about this deal? I'm praising Woodward again. What's really nice about this deal is the fact that it's incentive based. And I spoke about this a few weeks ago. And they didn't listen to me, by the way. That's not what I'm trying to suggest. But I've said before, if you want to create the right mentality in a workplace for these football players, throw the big money at them, throw those financial incentives. But a lot of it has to be based on success. It can't just be you get 350 grand standard. It's you can have 350 grand a week. And by the way, if Rashford earns 350 a week, if he adds an extra 200 grand a week to his salary, Man United are going to be winning things. Because if United are winning every week, right, and he's scoring every week, and he's assisting every week, and he's playing nearly every single minute, then United are doing well. And if United are doing that well, I don't think it will happen this season. But if that did, nobody would care. If he was earning £1 million a week, they'd just be happy they're winning. So it's all irrelevant in my opinion. This is why this deal is so good. Haters are still going to hate. You know, haters are still going to hate. And if Rashford is flying and Martial struggling, these weird non-Man United fans who solely support players, they'll be looking for that moment where they can attack Rashford. And it will happen in the other direction as well. And these people are just not Manchester United fans. Rivals can banter all they want, but I'm not worried about them. Listen, thank you very much for tuning in as always. I need to go have some dinner. I trained hard today in the gym. I haven't even cooled down yet, but I'm going to go and eat some chicken. I'm going to go and eat some sweet potatoes. Take care of yourselves. God bless, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.